Betrayal doesn't come from enemies, it comes from the hands you fed, the hearts you protected, the faces you trusted enough to relax around. Strangers can hurt you, but only the loved can betray you. That's why it cuts so deep, because it wasn't just what they did, it's what you had to become to let them do it. You saw the warnings, you heard the intuition whisper, but you wanted to believe they were different. So you kept giving chances until you ran out of yourself. And now you sit with the echo of it. The moment you realized the person who said, I'd never hurt you, just did. Let's dissect it because healing starts with understanding how the wound was made. Betrayal has three layers: the act, the exposure, and the aftershock. The act is what they did: the lie, the theft, the manipulation, the silence when you needed words. The exposure is when the mask finally falls. And the aftershock is what you're left with: the disbelief, the nausea, the replaying of every moment that now feels fake. The last part is what destroys people, not the betrayal itself, but the realization that the story you built your trust on was fiction. You start doubting your perception. You ask yourself, how did I not see it? You replay every sign you ignored, every intuition you muted to stay hopeful. But hope isn't stupidity, it's courage. It takes bravery to believe in people who haven't earned it yet. So don't call yourself naive for loving deeply. Call yourself generous for trying. You didn't fail, they did. They failed to meet the standard of your honesty. There was a woman who lived through betrayal in the most literal sense: Timiha of Sparta, a Pythagorean philosopher. When enemies captured her and demanded she reveal her teacher's secrets, she bit off her own tongue and spat it in their faces rather than speak. They thought they could use fear to make her betray what she loved. They learned that loyalty can be stronger than pain. That's what betrayal teaches you: who you are when everything collapses. It breaks the illusion of safety, but it also reveals the unbreakable inside you. You can lose trust and still keep your code. You can be betrayed and still refuse to become the betrayer. Betrayal changes you, it's inevitable, but it's your choice how it changes you. Some people let it turn them bitter, others let it turn them clear. Bitterness is when you start punishing new people for old sins. Clarity is when you start trusting slowly but never stop believing in goodness. Betrayal wants to make you cynical. Don't let it. It's just the world testing whether your love was conditional on being treated right. True strength isn't never being hurt, it's keeping your heart open even after it's been torn apart. To rebuild after betrayal, you have to stop searching for justice from the same hands that broke you. You won't get closure from the person who caused the wound. They're too invested in pretending it didn't happen. Your closure comes from truth, the private kind that doesn't need to be witnessed. Tell yourself what happened. Say it without sugarcoating, without excuses. Name the lie. Name the manipulation, name the cost. Then decide that their actions will not become your identity. Because the greatest revenge is not forgiveness, it's untouchability. Here's how you rebuild. First, remove the echo. Delete their messages you keep rereading. Stop analyzing the tone of their silence. You don't need another post mortem of the same corpse. Second, reclaim your energy. Every time you think of them, do something that feeds you instead of drains you. Work out, write, paint, build, learn, move. Convert the energy of pain into motion. Third, forgive yourself, not them. Forgive yourself for believing. Forgive yourself for trying. Forgive yourself for staying longer than you should have. You didn't fail, you completed a lesson, a cycle. Betrayal exposes your blind spots. It teaches you where you still confuse loyalty with attachment. It shows you where you keep rescuing people from the consequences of their own emptiness. You don't need to stop being loyal, you just need to start being selective. The next version of you will not bleed for the ungrateful. The next version of you will not offer softness to those who weaponize it. The next version of you will love deeply, but with discernment. Timiha didn't die a victim, she became a legend because she proved something most people never do, that integrity is louder than revenge. That's what rebuilding is, choosing strength that doesn't depend on apology. You walk forward knowing you'll never get the justice you imagined, but you'll still live well. You let peace be your proof. They'll wonder how you moved on so quietly. They'll tell others you were cold, detached, heartless. Let them. Your silence will confuse them more than your pain ever could, because nothing haunts a betrayer like watching you thrive in the freedom they thought they destroyed. Betrayal doesn't end you, it edits you. It strips away illusion until only truth remains. You look back one day and realize that their betrayal was the beginning of your initiation. It forced you to choose between staying broken or becoming unbreakable, and you chose right. So hold your head high. You didn't lose someone loyal, you lost the version of yourself that tolerated disloyalty. And that's not tragedy, that's rebirth.